I'm excited about today. I'm excited about the opportunity to be able to play the game that I love for another season. And, whatever the journey, however the journey, lays out this year, I'm just like super invested because like you just said, I don't know when the end is, but I know it's a lot sooner than later. So, being super appreciative of the fact that I could come up here, do another media day and talk to you guys and do all this stuff around here. So just excited about the journey and whatever, this year has in store for me.
LeBron, along those lines, you've said a version of that in this room a couple of times where, you don't really know what's going to come next. You don't know when you're going to feel that it's been enough. What are the things that are still pushing you to keep doing this? And does it feel closer? Or does it sort of feel like the same feeling as when you enter year 22 and year 21? Yeah,
the things that still push me is the fact that the love of the game is still high. The love of the process is even higher. So that's what continues to push me to play this game. It's really that's simple. Me training and working on my body and trying to get my body as close to 100% as possible every year is something that's like it's a beautiful thing for me. And just continue to challenge and see how well I can, push myself to, play the game at a high level, recover at a high level, be able to sleep better, mentally prepare, try to stay sharp throughout the course of a long season, and just like the roller coaster of an NBA season, that's all like gratifying towards me, to me, no matter the good, the bad, the ugly. Like I love that process. So I think that's all. It's a bigger. There's so much that goes into it, more than just picking up a basketball and shooting it at the rim.
LeBron, Brad Turner from the LA Times.
How you doing, Brad? Nice to meet you.
Back again. How much does having a young partner like Luka weigh in your decision and your future going forward?
Say it again?
How much does having a young partner like Luka, a savant basketball player, how much will that weigh into your decision as you go forward with this season?
As far as how long I go in my career?
How long you in your career, right?
Zero. The motivation to be able to play alongside him every night, that's super motivating. That's what I'm going to train my body for, every night that I go out there and try to be the best player I can for him. And we're gonna bounce that off one another. But as far as me weighing in on him and some of my other teammates of how far I go in my career now, it would be literally my decision along with my wife and two of my boys are already gone. Well, one of them is somewhere around here. Yeah, Bryce is down there in Tucson, so he's out the house. So it'll be a decision between me, my wife, and my daughter. Like that's not even. It won't be. Hey, having a meeting with my teammates. It won't be that.
Ooh, welcome back to my channel, sports fans. Okay, let's get into this right here. Well, there you have it. Just a kid from Akron. And apparently, LeBron James is still a little kid today. And where do you start with this? It's just mind-blowing to even think this guy is a businessman. This guy, really? This guy presents himself in talks like a businessman, a billionaire? Yeah, this got to be some kind of joke, right? This guy, no way in this world that Kobe Bryant, whatever you guys want to believe, I heard it from Kobe Bryant's mouth, they were good friends. Okay, not only that, Michael Jordan has a relationship with LeBron James. So Kobe Bryant, not as close as Michael Jordan and Kobe, but I'm just saying he does have a relationship with LeBron James. Nevertheless, it's just weird for me to think that Michael Jordan and Kobe Bryant are good friends with this guy. I'm not trying to say they're besties with LeBron James, but they're good friends with LeBron James. And you're trying to tell me this is the way he acts around Michael Jordan or he acted around Kobe Bryant? I don't think so, man. I think this guy is making a mockery of, we already know he done made a mockery of the game. And it's just a mockery for him to come out and act like this. No, it can't be this dumb. How do you run out of words to describe what the hell you're talking about? And I'm not trying to say I'm the most intelligent person in the world. But they act like this guy has the highest IQ in basketball. He's a savant of basketball, and he's so smart. And I'm not trying to say you got to be Einstein to play basketball, but man, I don't know. I would hate to say he's on par with Charles Barkley, because Charles Barkley is one of the dumbest NBA players I've ever listened to. But man, I mean, you're at this press conference, and all these questions, you already know they're scripted. He already knows the questions before they come to him. That's just how it is for him. Okay? And he still can't even get nothing down to where he can describe how he feels about the question being asked. Mumbling and stumbling and bumbling and just making up shit that doesn't make any sense. How many times did we hear super this and super that? I think I heard it like 3 or 4 times. Super excited, super this. Who the hell talks like that? As a businessman, as a billionaire, as a 40-year-old man. These are 12-year-old children, 12, 13, 14, that you would expect to keep saying super this and super that, and like this and like that. Really? You? And I'm sorry. I don't care what skin color he is and what nationality this nigga is representing, which is kind of crazy to say that because we know what he is. But I ain't never been around no niggas that act like him. He might be, I'm trying to tell you, man. I'm trying to tell you. He is far from the streets, far from being, I just don't want to say the wrong thing, man. I'm just trying, it's just, and I told you, this guy did not grow up poor like that. Remember, we did his backstory. He was taken from his mama in 5th grade. What is that, like 8, 10, 9 years old or something like that? Was supposedly taken from his mom. I think he was adopted. That's probably the real story from the beginning. But they claim the story is just ludicrous. I don't even want to keep repeating the story because it's so awful. But he was running down the street one day and some head coach seen him running in the 5th grade. What is this, like 9 years old, like I said? And saw like the way he ran fast. And they took him from his mama because they felt he could be on a football team. This is like Pop Warner, guys. This ain't middle school. This ain't high school where you feel sorry for, the family and you want a high school kid with this potential to have a better life. This is elementary, guys. Nevertheless, since 5th grade, when his mama sold him off to a stranger family or gave him away, whatever they want to lie about, he's been staying in an upper class family with money and going to these $20,000, $30,000 Catholic schools that they pay for. Who paid for him? Not his mama. So evidently, these people that they didn't know, or they didn't know him, and they had children already, pay for this little boy to go to school out of their pocket in 5th grade because they like the way he could run down the street. I mean, what a hogwash story, guys. The story don't even add up, and they really want you to believe this trash. Nevertheless, what I was saying is, LeBron James just sounds like a rich boy from the suburbs, right? That's what he sounds like. And from the beginning, that's all he's been. Since he's been in 5th grade, a rich boy from the suburbs that grew up in suburbia and grew up with a silver. Why you think the whole thing with just a kid from Akron? Kid grew up poor. Whenever he can reiterate that, he grew up poor, because he did it. He did it. If you qualify until 5th grade, growing up poor, I guess. But if you want to say 6th, 7th, 8th, 9th, 10th, 11th, 12th, that's 7 grade school years. First, basically 5. Unless you want to count kindergarten and say, oh yeah, 6. So LeBron James, this has to be a show. This has to be an act. And he's cussing all up in the presser. This has to be an act. This can't be a real person. It just can't. It just can't. This guy's got to be put on a facade. Nobody is this dumb. Nobody acts this dumb. Nobody forgets what the hell they're even talking about when they're trying to explain something. When you've been around you've been around a lot of business people. How are you this dumb to not even script it? a press conference and remember what the hell you're talking about. Second of all, this guy keeps talking about his body. Keeps talking about his body, getting his body 100% as much as I can. My body keep me playing. So basically, you saying you as long as your body, what body? You don't have to bump and grind. You don't have to play positional basketball. You don't have to play defense. What body? You ain't in the lab. Stop talking about your body, because the more this guy talks about his body, the more people think about PEDs. That's just the truth. The more he talks about his body, the guy never talks about his game. Dude, your career is over. Just tell us the truth that you're handcuffed to the NBA because the NBA is going down the drain. So without your shenanigans, without your nonsense that, the media has to push to piss people off, without all this trigger bait, the NBA is a dead product. So we talked about, Adam Silver talked about getting the EuroLeague into the NBA playoffs, whatever hell that means, in these coming years. So basically, LeBron James is just the entertainment of pawn until they get this Euro thing coming into the NBA, right? These EuroLeague playoffs, because that's all they got is LeBron James. And we're not talking about LeBron James because he's playing on a high level or he's a good player, nothing like that. You guys got to remember the world we live in. It's all about reaction and trigger bait. It ain't about greatness in the NBA. NBA don't have that to sell. They haven't had that to sell for a long time. So as much as people want LeBron James to retire, the NBA don't want him to retire because he's their trigger bait. He's, what's going to keep it talked about, for better or worse. And it's been worse for a long time now. Right? So if you get all these buffoons like Nick Wright, Shannon Sharp, or I think Shannon Sharp is out of the loop, but you even got Cam Newton, right? He's going to be a big puppet, right? And look how they got Cam Newton in there, right? Cheap labor. Hey, Cam Newton, what happened to all that money you made in NFL? Plus your endorsements, you supposed to be made like upward to $100 million. Why do you got a podcast? Why do you got to put on makeup and work for ESPN now as a cheaper replacement for Shannon Sharp because they couldn't pay him? They didn't have enough money. What happened? I guess we're gonna have to say the same thing about the NFL too. Guys really don't get paid this money, we were told. Nevertheless, that's all it's about. It's about reaction and pissing people off. It's not about greatness. Remember, even if Joker won an MVP this year, right? What would that mean? It wouldn't mean nothing. As much as Scap wants to, cream his pants about Joker winning another MVP, he will still be 3 championships behind LeBron James, unless we found out he was on PEDs officially. And he will be 3 finals MVPs behind LeBron James, and he don't have any statistical titles, so he will be at least 2 behind LeBron James in that. And whatever else they use against Michael Jordan for LeBron James. You never hear the end of this. Oh, he's got more All-NBAs. They'll say he's got more All-NBA defensives than Joker. So Joker would have to get the championships and the finals MVPs, the defense. He's not catching LeBron James unless the PD allegations ring true down the line. And if that's the case, a lot of people will pass LeBron James. Not just Joker, but Joker, even to be in a class of the top 5 guys, he needs more championships. If Joker don't get more, listen, Joker, I don't know. He better start getting more championships. He need at least 4 before we even start talking. We ain't even talking about LeBron James. We talking about that top 10. He need at least 4. Yes. So this presser, and it's just crazy, man. When we look at this and we listen to this idiot, LeBron James. When is this guy gonna grow up? When is he gonna grow up? I guess it's too late, right? He's 40 years old. Super this, super that. I'm super this, I'm super that. Really? Like, even if you did talk like that, why would you just wait until later on? You would come out and, like, if you talk like this, bro, you got a lot of sugar in your tank. You flaming like hot Cheetos when the camera ain't on. If you talk like this with the camera on, this is how you carry yourself with the camera on TV in front of everybody. Then when the camera's off, this dude is flaming around. Flamer. Flaming Cheetos. So they asked him about Luka, and basically, is he playing? I don't know what the hell this guy meant. playing with a savant like Luka? And does this help you want to play? You know, if you does it make you want to play more years because of Luka? Oh boy, he threw that off real quick. He threw that off real quick. Like he ain't gonna take that Luka's better than him, or he's not, gonna keep playing because of Luka, and he's not coming back because of Luka. Look, man, I lost a lot of respect for Luka when he went to LA and played with LeBron James. It's just disrespect. I mean, I lost his respect, or he lost my respect. That you already know. He's a pawn. He's a pawn, and he's a puppet. So he's got to do. You saw he was crying, right? When he went back to the Mavs and they did that thing for him, but he was crying because he's a puppet. He'd rather go play with, what's his name, Joker. He'd rather play with Joker. But I told you, nobody is winning another championship that already won one in the 2020s. Greek Freak, Curry, Joker, SGA, Tatum, ain't none of them fools gonna win another championship. None of them. While LeBron James is still playing, folks. They ain't gonna do it. They make LeBron James look bad. So at this point, somebody got to, explain how this guy can play all these seasons. What is it, like 23 straight? And play all these minutes. I don't care if he's lollygagging around on the damn court. He's still playing all these years, all these minutes straight. This ain't the same thing as Michael Jordan, and he retired for like damn near 3 years and then came back. It ain't the same thing. Nobody is able to play those kind of minutes like that. And then we count all the playoffs, the FIBA, all the FIBAs, the Olympics, the playoffs, the finals. How's that possible? Kevin Durant can't even make it through a damn season. And that's another thing. They're paying these guys just to be faces now. Just on their name. The Kevin Durant's, the LeBron James, the Curry's. Curry, same thing to me. He's hurt a lot. They ain't paying these guys to do nothing. They're paying them just for a name. So, yeah, man, I keep trying to tell you people, the NBA is over. The old NBA. The old NBA is over. You know what makes me mad is the fact that, as much as, these top 5 players that they got now, Joker, SGA, Luka, Greek Freak, Wemby. Okay, whatever, I've seen better. But I just want to see them play their own era, man. I just want to see them. I just want to see them. I don't care about LeBron James. I don't care about Steph Curry. Curry ain't that bad, but I'm just saying, man, the James Hardens, the Kawhis, the Durants, it's like, what the hell, man? How come these guys just can't dominate and be held up in their own era by the media? And matter of fact, the media is always dissing them. Always find a way to diss Greek Freak or Joker or Luka. I wouldn't say SGA too much. They really ain't said nothing about Victor Wembanyama. But come on, man. Let's. I don't know. Like I said, I think they're doing it because these international players, you're top 5 in the game. Why aren't you really promoting the NBA? It's weird. That would be like back in the day, Bird, Magic, Jordan, Barkley. These guys not promoting the NBA. It would be weird. I mean, we even have more than that. I remember, man, everybody was in on it back in the day. You had Larry Johnson, Swell Webb, Dominique Wilkins, Muggsy Bogues, all them dudes in the 90s, Karl Malone, and the guys I just mentioned. It was crazy. Reggie Miller had commercials. Penny Hardaway had commercials. Of course, Shaq had commercials in the 90s. I don't know, man. The promotion of the NBA is what it is. It's too many talking heads. I think that's what it is. It's just too many talking heads. Back in the day, the promotion of the NBA was, yes, it was through the media, but it was like real conservative. It wasn't dumb people on TV like Big Dummy Perk. You know what I'm saying? Those dumb analysts, or wannabe analysts, would never be on TV. You couldn't have nobody that dumb on TV, right? Monica McNutt couldn't be talking about NBA basketball, okay? Talk about the dead sport WNBA, but you just had people who knew about basketball, and not so much now. Not so much now. I don't know. Well, there you go with this LeBron James in his opening season press conference. I mean, is he going to be TikToking on the floor this year? Is he going to be twerking? He going to be doing all this? This is his fan base, guys. This is why his fan base acts like this. This is why you have dudes on social media, hundreds of them, it might be thousands of them now, doing clickbait. That's all they do is clickbait. A lot of them don't do no, research. They don't make their own memes. They just pass other people's memes around to piss the Michael Jordan fans off. And I wish people wouldn't respond to these guys all the time because they win. And to me, I think it's done got way out of hand. Now, I think a lot of these guys, the reaction to a lot of them, it's just bots. They're not even real people. They're not even real people. And they're probably bots that you can buy to boost up your platform. So, boy, that was a fox. Wow. So, a lot of these dudes that are, doing the same stuff or saying the same stuff that Shannon Sharp said, Nick Wright said, and all these fools, now they got their own platform saying this stuff about Michael Jordan and, boosting up LeBron James. I figure now, a lot of this stuff is fake. Like, you can just buy bots to react to your platform as far as, going against you to make your platform bigger. I'm being serious. And then you have a lot of young people too that will, react and will just laugh and, man, you gotta be kidding me. You can't be serious, man. Because what they do is they'll push a one-liner, right? It'll say, we know the one-liners. Jordan wasn't nothing without Pippen, that one-liner, and then leave it right there and have some Michael Jordan being carried by Pippen and Michael Jordan babyface, and then Michael Pippen holding Michael Jordan in his hands and stuff like that. It'll just say, something like the baby needed help getting over the top. That one-liner. You ain't got to explain nothing else. You ain't got to, break down anything else. So these are the type of things they do. They'll put out a meme against Michael Jordan or against Michael Jordan, one for LeBron James, for him, with a one-liner, right? Because that's better. That's better if you just do a one-liner. Like, that's all you need. That's all you need to explain. And like I said, guys, I mean, as much as we want to give blame to the media and LeBron James for destroying the NBA, we got to look at these guys who also never stepped up and watched their careers, watched their legacies get pissed on. They just sit there. For all these years, they basically just sat there and got pissed in their eyes. All these guys that played in the 90s, the 80s, a lot in the 70s, just get pissed on. First of all, to have LeBron James at number 2, all these guys should have came forward. Have him at 1 or 2, should have came forward a long time ago and clapped back at not just Michael Jordan. I'm talking about all of them, from Kareem to Dr. J to, all these fools that's still alive. Even Bill Russell was alive, I think, at that time when they were trying to put LeBron James at number 2. And all this stuff, all of them. But what does that tell you, folks? That they have to keep their mouth shut or they won't get those checks. They won't get them retirement checks. That's how bad it is, folks. That's how bad it is. You can't even clap back. And I'm just saying, this is why the NBA is like it is, because of these guys right here. Yeah. Some of them say something, but for the most part, we don't. A Cliff Livingston, who is this? Stacey King. That ain't gonna do it, man. That ain't gonna do it. We need the big dudes to come together. I don't need to hear Dominique Wilkins saying, "Oh, Michael Jordan, no, he's the best. LeBron James ain't better than Michael Jordan." That ain't what I need to hear, because I done heard that from a few great NBA players. What I need to hear is that nigga ain't 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. I need to hear that from these guys. I don't need to hear them say he's not better than Michael Jordan. I need to hear his ass ain't even top 10. Dominique, I need to hear he's not better than you. That's what I need to hear. But again, this is where we are, folks. They can't even clap back because the NBA got a muzzle on these fools. Our league is already, what's so crazy about it? Even if I say this, they can't say nothing because the NBA already knows their league is already going down the garbage can. But you're making it go down the garbage can worse? I don't understand. What is it about this guy in year 23, or when he was in 22, or was he in 21, 20, 19? What is it? What the hell did he do so good? He's not one of the greatest scorers. He's not one of the greatest passers. He's not one of the greatest rebounders or defenders or offensive players in general or leaders or positional players. He's not. He's a runner. So a guy who ran the hell around the league every time he got his ass beat on one team. Oh, I just got my ass beat up and down the court. Now I got to run over here. Get my ass beat up and down the court. Run over here. Get my ass beat up and down the court. Run over here. What greatness is that? Who got to do that? I don't remember that. If you're a pass first guy, why would you need to do that? See, when we talk about, Wilt Chamberlain, right? He was such a dominant player that did everything, especially scoring, rebounding, and playing defense. But guess what? That don't win you championships back in the day. Back in the day, you had to play like a team, or you was going to get beat. So eventually, that's what Wilt Chamberlain had to do. He couldn't be... People who won scoring championships or was a dominant scorer usually didn't win championships. Okay? So Wilt Chamberlain had to change his game, and he couldn't do that back in the 60s. You couldn't win like that. It just wasn't going to happen. Especially with the Celtics. They beat you as a team every single time. So when Michael Jordan tried to do it, it wasn't working. It wasn't working. He was getting beat by basically the Pistons, who are playing more like a team. And it wasn't going to work until Michael Jordan really came down on the scoring. But he actually needed some help. And Scottie Pippen finally woke up after a few years and provided some help. And Horace Grant provided some damn defense. And they were good to go. He started winning championships, being a scorer, being the leading scorer of the. I don't think nobody else even did it, right? So when Mike retired, who was the scoring leaders that won championships? I can't think of none except for Shaq. I think Shaq led the league in scoring one year. I think he might have led the league in scoring 2 times. Nevertheless, this is comical right here. I just couldn't imagine Michael Jordan or Kobe Bryant coming out on a presser and talking like this. It's mind blowing. It's like, what the hell is this guy talking about? Super this, super that, and then when he ain't talking about super, he don't even know what the hell he trying to finish his sentence with. He don't. And the thing is, like I said, you already knew. These are scripted questions. Scripted fucking questions. Scripted. Scripted questions, folks, and he can't even answer these scripted questions with some scripted answers. Wow, that's just crazy. like I said, I lost respect for Luka for going over here. He won't. I won't never see him as that, because you're wasting your years away where you could be. Let's see how much he scores this year. Let's see how many rebounds, how many assists, all that stuff. So is LeBron James in LA still to get carried? Or what? Is he the number one or is he not? Because we don't want to hear nothing different. Once the season starts, we heard Luka is the one. So you're the two, right? Let's see. Because LeBron James can't be getting 20 shots in 18 shots if those shots are supposed to be going to Luka. I'm just saying. But yeah, Luka lost a lot of my respect. Cause I just don't think he's going to be the same player with LeBron James there. I just don't. And LeBron James, as much as this sell with the Lakers, it's a new regime in town, all this nonsense. If they really cared and they wanted to move on, they would have just cut this guy and let him go somewhere else. If they really cared. What about Luka and you got Ayton and you got, Reeves and you got Rui Hachimura? You got these guys. What the hell do you need LeBron James for? Well, yeah, you need him to sell jerseys. That's it. And that's what I'm trying to tell you. This is all this guy is even playing for. One, to put money in his pocket, and two, put money in the NBA's pocket with so-called jersey sales. Dude can't sell no damn shoes. I don't know who the hell buying the jersey. And three, so he can be the clown of the NBA. He can be the NBA's clown. That's what you got. That's what you got, folks. They traded greatness for a damn clown act. So people can have jobs, right? Remember, a lot of these people on TV only have a job licking on LeBron James. That's it. That's it. They will criticize everybody else, all the other good players in the NBA, and slob on this guy's knob. I'm trying to tell you, a lot of guys only got a job because of this dude. Oh man, what are you gonna do when you retire? Well, most of us have platforms talking about sports, so we're gonna talk about sports. But now we can tell it fair down the middle, and we won't have to react to all the bullshit because there's nothing to react to about that. We shouldn't have to react to this nonsense. We shouldn't have to do it. Like I said, we should be talking about SGA, Luka, Joker, Greek Freak, Anthony Edwards, all these type of guys like this, the 2020s guys. We want to see what they can do going back and forth with each other, rivalries, all this stuff. We don't care about LeBron James. The dude done destroyed the whole NBA, and he done paid people off to help him damn destroy the NBA. And like I said, the NBA is in bed with it too.